يا لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي.
When you believe in the promised salvation of God, all those people believe in that.
Let me rephrase the question.
We're Christian. I'm going to answer the way I want to answer.
No, it's not the way. I'm not asking you to change the way you went. I just want you to listen.
I will answer the way.
That's fine.
Have a civil discussion.
My friend, I'm not going to ask you to change the way you answer. But you need to listen to the question carefully. My question was this. Are you able to show me from the Bible where any messenger or prophet advocated to his people that salvation is only through Yashuwah or Jesus Christ?
Yashuwah means God's salvation. So if you believe in God's salvation, you are saved.
Did they
Every prophet preached that. If you believe in God's salvation,
show me where it says.
So you say that
salvation is through Jesus Christ, or something similar.
So you believe that there is nowhere in the Bible where it says that if you believe in God's salvation, you're going to be saved.
Okay, show me where David said this. Show me where David said this. Because you guys
David says God.
You guys
God
say that
is
David. You guys say that
Yashuwah.
Jesus is from the lineage of David. Show me where David preached this to his people.
David said, God is my Yashuwah.
God is my Yashuwah?
So if you read in Hebrew, God is my salvation.
Okay, show me which verse is that.
I can find. If I find it, this is the second time you ask me to find it, something, and I found it, and
That's
then
fine.
you.
Well, when did I say you can't find things?
Why every time you ask me?
When did I say you can't find
try
things?
to find things.
Okay, no
when
problem.
I find it, then you say, okay. Last time, if I find it, you're gonna recognize that you made a mistake, right?
So if I ask you for evidence, that is a mistake.
No, but every time
You're not the only one.
You want to stop the discussion by saying, show me. I
If you
showed
have
the first
seen,
time.
if you have seen my discussions, you're not the only person I ask for evidence. Every person who makes a claim, I ask them for evidence.
Every
and you have
step,
every right to ask me the same thing.
We're not going to ask evidence every single step.
Yes, because all you're saying is that Yashuwah, according to
No.
Jesus Christ,
I will show you exactly where David said, God is my salvation.
Go on. No problem.
Okay?
Which verse is it?
I will find it. I'm just connecting my stuff. Okay? Okay, Isaiah 12, it was not David, Isaiah 12, okay? Surely, so Isaiah 12 verse 2, okay. Surely God is my salvation.
Okay, what is the word for salvation in Hebrew?
Yashuwah.
Yashuwah or Yesha? Read that. What is the word?
Yes, okay.
Read it loudly so you can hear it. The people can hear it.
Yesha.
Spell it.
Yesha.
Spell it.
Yesha.
Spell it.
Okay. No, I just said Yesha.
Yesha, not Yeshua.
So, no, but Yeshua means God's salvation.
Hold on.
You understand how I was saying since the beginning?
My friend, listen.
When he said God is my salvation, that was mean.
What did David
Yeshua.
say? Did David
God
say
is my
Yeshua or Yesha? What did he say?
What does it mean, Yeshua?
No, I'm asking. Forget about the word Yeshua.
I told you what he said.
Look, let's be frank.
Ashim.
You said, David said,
God is my salvation.
Yeah, God is my salvation. Which word did he use for salvation then?
Yesha.
Not Yeshua.
Because Yeshua means God, salvation of God. So this sentence, that's what it means. I'm trying to explain, but you want to say step by
But
step.
the point is, he did not say Yeshua. He said, look, I'm not saying.
I agree that it didn't say Yeshua, but when you said Yeshua means God's salvation.
Which verse was it you gave?
Isaiah 12 verse 2. Okay. You see, it says surely.
Isaiah 12, 2.
Yeah. 12.
Okay, so this is the words of Isaiah, not David.
No, that was my mistake.
My question was about David, remember?
I can,
so are you going to show me where David said salvation?
I can find it if you have time. No. I don't know if it's in the Psalm. We can find it, okay?
We can find it, no problem.
Okay, Psalm 27. Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Again.
Which word would he have used there again? Do you think he would have used Yesha or Yeshua?
It is beside the point.
It is the point.
I was telling you that God is my salvation. That is what David said. I show it to you.
Of course,
Isaiah said the same thing.
Look, I'm not denying
that. And I told you that
Yeshua
means God's salvation.
What is your name, by the way?
Raphael.
Raphael, look, I don't.
But you understand my point.
Listen.
I show you. You ask me, I show you.
The point you're trying to make is God my salvation or is Jesus my salvation? Which one is it?
Because Jesus means God's salvation.
No. Listen to the question again.
Eh?
When David
you
said,
need to listen to my answer also.
yeah,
Because you're asking the same
before
thing.
I listen to your
Listen
answer,
to my answer again.
Before I listen to your answer, you need to understand the question.
Okay.
The question is this: when David said, "God is my salvation," we Muslims say God is a salvation as well. Yes, Christians say God is a salvation. The Jews say God is a salvation. There's no issue there.
But you asked me to show you what it says. I show
The
you.
issue here is this: you're saying Jesus, Yashuwah, is a salvation. There's a big difference between accepting Jesus as God Almighty.
No,
Because first you need to.
It's different to say God Almighty.
Hold on.
Our discussion was not about that, by the way.
First you need to establish if Jesus is actually God Almighty. Before you make this point that Jesus is a salvation.
No,
I have no issue.
No, I disagree.
Listen,
I
I
disagree.
have no issue whatsoever.
This is not the question is wrong.
Okay,
I
listen.
Can I
Yeah,
answer?
after you hear me.
Okay, finish. Okay.
I agree with you that God is a salvation. I have no dispute that.
So now you
and that
you
is
agree with
when I
David.
say God. When I say
agree
God,
with Isaiah.
hold on. When I say God, I do not mean Jesus Christ.
This is beside the point. We can talk about it later.
As long as it's clear.
Can we talk about it later?
Yeah, sure,
Right?
go on.
Step by step.
Yeah, because
So the point I was trying to
my
make.
question was about
you know,
Jesus.
you are talking.
Yes.
You are talking.
Not about God only.
You are talking. Can I talk? Okay. So the point I was making, I was trying to explain you that the prophet were to be saved, you need to believe in the promised salvation of God. And you told me that in even Islam, submission is a shorter definition of Islam, and there is a longer definition. So I was trying to tell you
Narrow
that
and a broader definition.
Exactly. So I tried to explain to you that the narrow definition of Christian is believe in the salvation of God. And I told you that the prophet, all the prophets said you need to believe in the salvation of God, God's salvation. So I show you Isaiah and David. You ask me where is it? I found it. I show you. So
I have no issue
every
with
time
God's
when I say
salvation.
it's in the Bible, just move the discussion.
No. I need to see evidence.
Okay, you have evidence
Yes,
now.
I need to see evidence.
So I was telling you that being a Muslim means that the shorter version. So focus the shorter version, meaning that you believe. What does it mean, Muslim? Muslim means that submission to God. In the shorter definition, what you say?
Submission to one God.
Exactly. A shorter definition for Christian means believe in the salvation, promised salvation of God. That's why I told you that Abraham was a Christian more than a Muslim, because if he was a Muslim, it would not be different than other people around him. Some God tell him, okay, go and kill someone, he will just go and kill. But since he was, I'm explaining. I want to tell you that it's simply because he was.
How is he Christian?
Because he believed in the promised salvation of
Hold
God.
on.
We're gonna go back to what I showed you about Sarah.
You said Christian means what again?
Believe in the promised salvation of God.
Where is that in the Bible?
You see, where is that?
No, I need to see that because you see, you brought up a definition.
First of all, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. This was, I think, you can check that later, okay? But
You're making the point now.
No, because maybe I don't have
Your whole-
have the evidence.
Hold on,
One
your whole
of
discussion is based on
I
this.
think it's Irenaeus.
No, it's not
You
Irenaeus.
No.
Your whole discussion is based on this
No,
point.
do you know?
And this is
what,
the point
what
you
is
cannot
his
show
name?
evidence for.
Irenaeus. You know Irenaeus?
Irenaeus.
Irenaeus.
Yeah,
And you
what
have I think he's the one who said that, and there is also.
So Jesus didn't say it. Am I right?
the-
Jesus did not say this.
Okay, Hashim, I was trying to explain to you why I believe. It's not my claim, by the way. It is a claim of the church father. I'm telling you that the church father.
So do you remember the question I asked you? I asked you specifically with regards to show me any messenger or prophet who said the salvation was through Jesus Christ.
I showed you.
Let me finish.
Salvation.
Hold on.
I showed you many
Hold
times.
on. No, you showed me only salvation. I have no doubt that salvation is through God. Look, salvation is always from God, and God tells you how to attain salvation. Yes, you keep His keep His commandments. Yes, and this is the case with all the Abrahamic faiths, no doubt about that. However, the question I asked you specifically, I think you must have forgotten this. Are you able to show me any messenger or prophet who claimed or advocated or taught his people that salvation was through Jesus Christ?
Okay, so first of all,
Have you forgotten that? Because that was my question, which you need to answer.
Okay, I explain it with the shorter definition of being Christian. Now I will contest your claim, saying that all prophets said that you need to believe in the law to be saved.
No, I know, sir. You see,
Okay,
you're not
what,
listening.
okay, what did you just say? No, just repeat.
This is like the third time I'm asking
No.
you.
What you just
once
said.
again.
No.
Show me,
Yeah.
show me anywhere in the Bible where any prophet or messenger, yes, even Jesus, before Jesus Christ, whoever advocated that salvation is through Jesus Christ.
Because Jesus Christ is God's salvation. So I was trying to tell him
Jesus
that
Christ was God's
yes,
salvation.
Yeshua means God's
wait,
salvation.
what do you mean by Jesus?
That's what I.
Yeshua doesn't mean
It
that.
means what?
So you like
Go
that.
check
He actually said he said that
okay,
term.
go.
Driver Briggs lexicon.
Yeah.
Yeshua means he is saved, implying he is saved by God.
That's what I told
so,
you.
So Jesus' name Yeshua means he is saved by God
No,
himself.
I disagree.
What are you looking at?
I'll correct you on that.
I know. Anyway, you can correct me. I
I'll get the
disagree.
lexicon. You are aware there's other
That wasn't
people called
Jesus, was
Yeshua
it?
in the Bible.
Yeah,
You can just go check their names as well.
No, I said where did Jesus?
No, I disagree with your claim. By the way,
You
so.
said if you're a prophet, it says Jesus is the way of salvation. John the Baptist says Jesus is the way of salvation.
Where
Hold
did,
the Lamb of
you
God.
understand the question? Where did Jesus say?
So that's exactly what I was telling him. By the way.
No, John said it. Where
Oh,
did
sorry,
Jesus say?
I misheard you. I thought you said something another prophet said.
Don't jump in the middle. Okay, come on. So he's going to
So
show the meaning of Yeshua?
Hashim,
I'm gonna go to the
Hashim,
lexicon
okay,
one
we're gonna find it, and then you're gonna explain why you believe that all prophets believe. You need to believe in the law, the commandment to be saved. You're gonna show that in the Bible.
Yeshua in Hebrew is a verbal derivative from to rescue or to deliver. So it's not what you said.
That's the root of it.
Who
But
deliver?
Yeshua, the form itself, means he is saved by God, implying God.
Okay, I'm
So
on.
that means Jesus himself.
So
according to
anyway,
his name,
show
is
me
saved by
the
God,
evidence.
Which is what we believe anyway.
Show me.
I'm
the-
looking for it. 1 second.
Yes, it's the same one from last week.
Okay, while it's searching, okay.
You two carry on. When I find
Okay,
it.
so now Hashim, your second point. Now show me where the prophet said, if you believe in the commandment, as Moses, if you believe in the commandment, you have eternal life.
No,
You
you
are
haven't
saved.
answered my question yet. Show me any prophet or messenger who claimed that salvation is through Jesus Christ.
I told you that salvation means Jesus means
you
God's
still haven't shown
salvation.
the evidence. You made a claim, but you haven't shown the evidence.
Anyway, he's gonna find it. I said it.
Actually, the onus is on you to find it because you're the one who made
He
the
said
claim.
he said that.
Yeah, you'll find this on.
You said so. We're gonna come back to that.
find his
Man.
own.
Now answer my.
No, you need to answer my question first. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
You
it's
can't
always
just jump.
you. It's always you. You have to answer your question. You never answer my question.
I will after
Every
you.
time we speak, you never answer my
Really?
question.
Maybe you should watch the videos
But,
again.
okay, but this time
Maybe you
answer
should
my
watch the
question.
video last time. I answered all your questions. So do not lie.
No.
Like the way you lied about the meaning of Yeshua.
Sorry, if I say something which is wrong, I recognize, but I never lied. Okay, so if I say something which is wrong, I recognize, but don't say I lied. I never say you lied.
No, you said I haven't answered any of your questions. That's a lie.
No, but this now, did
Do
you
you
answer?
agree with that? That's a lie.
Do you answer my question?
Are you going to answer my question? Is that a lie when you said I never answered any of your questions? Is that a lie?
Okay, you know what? I don't want to have
You
this
see, you don't
discussion.
correct yourself.
I
That's the
don't.
thing.
No, sorry.
You said I
made
would correct
mistake.
myself, but you didn't.
But I made mistake.
No, that was
okay?
a lie. It wasn't a mistake. It was a lie.
That what?
What you just said, that I don't answer
Okay,
your
but
questions.
answer this
Otherwise, you
question.
wouldn't have come to me for a discussion. If I did not answer
Hashim,
any of your questions,
Hashim,
then you shouldn't.
Hashim.
At least you need to
Let's have-
be
let's have
humble.
it.
Let's be humble and say that what you just said was really not true.
Okay, it's a mistake, but
want to say-
lying means that you know something for true and you say it anyway. So if you say I'm lying, it's not a lie. If I made a mistake, I can make a mistake.
So you're saying you never knew that I answered your questions. Is that what you say?
No, I'm saying now I'm asking the question you are not answering. That's
No,
all
that's
I'm
not the point. I'm talking about the statement you made.
Okay, now answer
Yes?
my question.
So you did not know I answered your questions, or you did know that?
Which question do you answer?
Did I answer any of your questions in the past?
In the past, today
Yes.
or
Regardless, in the past.
I'm talking about today.
From
right?
this minute until before, when you remember how many
No,
conversations,
I'm talking
did I
about
answer
today.
your questions or not?
maybe, but let
Maybe.
it.
Come on, man. You see,
no, man,
you're not even
leave it
humble
like
enough
that.
to admit
Okay,
that what you just said was actually an exaggeration.
Okay,
And-
I made a mistake. I
You don't want to
recognize
call it a
it.
lie. That's fine.
No,
Okay, no
lie
problem.
means you know and you do it anyway.
You
It's
know
not
what?
a lie.
If you're making a claim,
Okay, answer-
like the
no,
meaning of
okay,
Yeshua,
fine.
then
Okay.
you found
Brian
it.
Driver Briggs' definition, Yeshua equals he is saved. Yeshua, he is saved.
Which actually agrees with the Quran's definition of he was neither killed nor
Yeshua
crucified. He
equals
was
he
saved.
is saved.
Now, the
So-
implication
so
is
you're
saved by who?
saying-
By God?
So you're saying that all Christians
Brian
will say
Driver Briggs'
okay, when you
definition.
say that when all Christians will say Yeshua mean God's salvation, they are wrong. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're misrepresenting the true meaning of the word Yeshua.
See, there's other people in the Bible called Yeshua. All you gotta do is go on a lexicon, check the name.
What does it mean, Ezekiah? What does it mean, Ezekiah?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Okay, find it and tell me what does it mean. Then if you know what Ezekiah means,
Hezekiah.
yeah, what does it mean?
Hezekiah means mighty God. I thought you said Ezekiel. Hezekiah means mighty God. That's why Jews apply Isaiah 9:6 to Hezekiah, because they say his name literally means mighty God.
I'll find that Yeshua means God's salvation.
So your
if you
whole
mean, okay,
principle-
Well, Matthew claims that, but Yeshua, the Hebrew form that you're on about, means he is saved. It's not he is saving, he himself is saved. That I just showed you your own lexicon, private brand Briggs.
I will
Raphael,
find-
your
I'll
entire
find-
your entire
You can carry
point,
on.
I'll
your
find-
entire
okay,
argument
no,
was
answer-
pivoted. Wait.
I'll
Your
find it,
entire
I'll find
argument
it.
was pivoted on that point of the meaning of the word Yeshua. Now that you have been corrected with regards to the meaning of Yeshua, what is your response with regards to
Okay.
my question?
So-
show me anywhere in the Bible where any prophet or messenger
First of
has
all,
ever advocated that
okay.
salvation is
I
only
will,
through
I will,
Jesus
I will
Christ.
find a better dictionary. The one
better
that,
dictionary?
the one that I have,
Which one is
I
the
have
one
that agrees
here.
with you.
No. Anyway,
Okay, which
you
dictionary?
have made a definition. Here, urban dictionary. I just
dictionary?
urban dictionary. I just
Urban
Googled.
dictionary is a better dictionary than that.
Even
No,
Dr.
no, but-
James White uses the same lexicon.
You know which? He's saying the urban dictionary. Seriously.
I need to research this point because I don't have time to
Please,
research.
please,
But
please.
here is saying here.
You're the one who came and asked me this question. You're not ready.
Ashim, let me read this. He's saying what?
Urban Dictionary is the worst place
is
you could
our
go to
salvation.
look
Yahweh
for-
is our
Trust
salvation.
me,
That's
Urban
what,
Dictionary, you know who writes the Urban Dictionaries? It is people who make up their own definitions, and then other people, they mark it as, oh, this is a good one, so they basically push it up in terms of its how accurate or how inaccurate based on their own understanding of the word definitions. So these are definitions made by
I will
people
have time-
on the internet.
I will
Just
have
random
time-
people.
I will have
WhatsApp
time.
This to you, okay?
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
okay, I will have time to check it. Anyway, the one that I read is God's salvation. I'll check it. Maybe I'm
Your
wrong.
entire point is based on that.
No, absolutely not.
So his name
Absolutely-
agrees with the
absolutely
Quran
not.
that he is saved by
Absolutely,
God.
absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Yeshua means God's salvation, and I'll find if I had time, I'll find it. Okay, but I don't have time now. We are let's move on the
let's
discussion.
come back.
Do you agree that there's Christian lexicons that agree that the name Yeshua...
I don't know this lexicon.
Brian Driver Briggs is one of the biggest
I am not a scholar. I don't know
Okay,
this.
no problem.
But I can check it. I can check it and come with you with this answer. Okay.
But you know, you still have to answer the question.
No. You answer my question now.
No, you still have to answer the question. Where did any
sorry.
prophet or messenger ever say salvation is through Jesus Christ?
Ashim.
Shall we say there isn't one? And that's the reason you're unable to answer. Shall we say that?
I told you.
Because
I
unless
told you, I told
unless and until
Yeshua
you're
is God's
honest,
salvation.
unless and until you're honest and sincere with regards to my question and your answer, there's no point discussing it.
No, but
because
you
you
want
just
to stop. You want to stop the discussion.
Listen, no,
I
it's
say
not
I'm gonna
stop.
check.
No, hold on.
I say I'm gonna check.
Hold on. It's not to stop the discussion.
I
It's to be
said
sincere.
I'm
That's
gonna
all it
check.
is.
Okay. Now answer my question, Ashim.
Okay, what is your question?
So my question is, you say that to all prophets say that you need to believe in the law, okay, or the commandment to be saved, okay, to be
Did I
saved.
say that?
So what do you say?
said that.
No,
You're
that's what
talking
you
about
said.
salvation, okay, in terms of following the laws, in terms of believing in God and following the laws. Can I ask you, why were the laws given? If they were not to be followed by God,
Okay, now-
and God has no relevance to it, why were the laws given?
Okay, so the law was given as a tutor for
As a?
us. As a tutor, is like a guide to us. That's why the law was given. So that's
Was
why
there consequences if you break?
can I explain?
Fair enough.
When Moses gave the law, okay, and he never said that with the law you have eternal life. He never said that. So Moses referred to a prophet to come, that prophet you need to follow, and that prophet is Yeshua. That's why Jesus. Let me finish. That's why Jesus Christ in John 5 says, Moses talked about me in John 5, because his name Yeshua or Yehoshua is in Deuteronomy 18:18.
You remember?
Now,
You
what
said
does
you
it mean,
will-
Yehoshua?
Yeshua is not in Deuteronomy 18:18. That word's not in that verse.
And by the way, you
What
said you
is
were going to
that?
research that. word.
So what? Okay, sorry. Just a question. What does it mean, Yehoshua?
Yeshua, I'd have to check that. You
Okay,
see,
but-
Yeshua is the name of Joshua.
No,
it means
Yehoshua.
salvation. But you said that Jesus' name Yeshua is a different form.
Now I will prove that to you by evidence from the Bible. Yeshua and
No, you can't
Yehoshua.
quote Matthew.
No, no. From the Old Testament.
It's Hashem to be anyway. No, I'm just listening.
Now,
that's the one
now I will prove that differently. Yeshua and Yehoshua are the same.
Are the same what?
Are the same name. It's just Yeshua is the shorter version of Yehoshua.
No, Yeshua has a different meaning. They come from the root salvation, but one is active and
no.
one is passive.
I will show you evidence now.
You need to learn about Semitic roots.
I will show you evidence from the Bible.
You see, there can be two words coming. There's a root word in Arabic, praise, and it could be that I'm praising or I am praised, different forms from that root. So Yeshua, which is what he said, means Jesus himself is saved by God.
What does it mean, Yehoshua?
Psalm 91 says.
What does it
anyway.
mean, Yehoshua now?
See, you're switching names now. Make
No, I will show you that it's the same name.
You said Yeshua.
He's saying both the names are same.
No, but
Yes.
what
Now-
it means
now-
is that it's from the same root.
Now,
Oh, it's the same root word.
now look at the evidence now. Wow. Okay, Ashim. Now look at the evidence. Why?
Sorry, no. They're going away from it.
Okay. Now you look at the evidence from the Bible. Why I was saying that Yeshua and Yehoshua are the same. Okay, I will show you now evidence.
Yeshua and Yeshua are not the same name.
Okay, just a minute. I'll show you evidence.
It's like saying
and you're
Mahmoud
gonna.
and Ahmed are the
I think
same
he's saying
name.
are you saying it's the same root word?
Yeah,
No,
but
in
root
fact,
words-
Yeshua is just a derivative of Yeshua. Okay, I'll show you.
Derivative means a root word. That's what you're trying to say.
No, I show you.
Doesn't mean the names are same. Yeah, I don't think it does.
No, I will show you evidence from the Bible. Okay.
There are two different meanings. Joshua
That-
means
you know what,
salvation.
I like-
Yeshua means he is saved.
Now, what is Yeshua? Okay, I'll show you now evidence. Just a
And if the
minute.
name Joshua, which means saved, means that Jesus saves everyone, then what about the
Okay,
prophet Joshua?
so if you read,
The same name.
in Nehemiah 7, are you going? I want to show you evidence now. Nehemiah
You
7:7.
debated him. You debated
But you made a point and you want.
I
don't want
made
to
a
see.
point about the name
Nehemiah
Yeshua showed the
7:7. Haggai 1:1. Prove to you that the same high priest who was called Yeshua was also called Yehoshua. That's why Yeshua and Yehoshua are the
But you
same.
need, just because someone could
I think you need to understand the root words.
You
Yeah.
are going because you see evidence now. You are going. So Nehemiah 1:1.
Don't do that. Because
No,
when
I-
you have just done that, he's not running away because you made some evidence.
Nehemiah 7:7.
He already
Haggai
disproved
1:1.
your
He didn't
semantics.
disprove.
He did.
I made a mistake. Maybe I was confusing Yeshua and Yehoshua. But I'm telling you that Yehoshua and Yeshua are the same name. Evidence, Nehemiah
What has that got to do
7:7.
with your question anyway?
Now what has to be?
What has
Because
that got to do with your question? Your question was, do you remember your question? Or you forgotten your question even?
my question was because it came back with the discussion we had before. That's why I came to that. Now you have to prove that Yehoshua and Yeshua,
No.
according to the Bible, are the same name.
You need to understand what your question was. Because it looks like you have forgotten.
He's speaking
You have
every time.
forgotten your own question.
No, I didn't forget. My question is, where do you see
What is your
prophets in the Bible saying that if you believe in the law,
Yes.
you are saved? That was my question.
Where
Where each prophet, because you were saying that if you believe, Moses said that you believe in the law, and so you are saved. That's what I was saying. Show me evidence where Moses said that if you believe in the law that he gave, you are saved. That was my question.
saved in what sense?
Have eternal life.
Okay, have eternal life. Okay. First and foremost, did I make this statement?
Maybe not, but
So
maybe not.
So it's a straw man argument then.
But what do you believe? What do you believe now that prophet said? How are you saved according to the prophet?
No, but
Moses?
I did not make this point, so why are you making this straw man argument? I don't understand. Well, the question I asked you with regards to that same question is, what is the point of God giving you the laws?
Okay, now I will answer.
Were they Would you be a sinner if you break the law?
Okay, I won't say that now.
No. Listen to
answer
the question.
that now.
Okay. If you break the law, would you be considered a sinner? Any law from the 613 laws that the Jewish people have, would you be a sinner if you break any of the laws?
In fact, yes, you will be a sinner according to the law given to you. Okay. So let's say if you are a Jew and you will disobey that, yes, you will be a sinner.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you are a sinner, will you be saved if God didn't forgive you?
If you are a sinner, God needs to forgive you so that you are saved.
No, if God doesn't forgive you, would you be saved? Let's say you committed a
No, you are not saved.
let's say you committed a crime like adultery.
I agree. You are
like
not saved.
adultery.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. What was the punishment for adultery in the law of Moses?
I think it's stoning. They want us to be killed. I think. Yeah.
Stoning to death. That was the law of Moses.
So, yeah.
And this law was given by whom? By God.
To Moses.
And according
for
to
the
you, God-
Israelites.
according
for
to
the
you-
Israelites. Only for the Israelites.
Yeah, because Jesus came only for the Israelites.
No.
Yes.
Matthew says
I've not
he
come
came-
except for the lordship of
The
Israel.
Great Commission, you know, Matthew, he says that go
Okay,
and
whose
preach the
words?
gospel.
Whose
for-
words take precedence? Matthew's?
Why you never let me speak?
No, I'm telling you, whose words take precedence?
continue.
Matthew's or Jesus's? Whose words take precedence?
But Matthew is reporting the word of Jesus.
Okay, so when Jesus said, I've not come except for the lordship of Israel,
Because-
was he, let me finish. Was he telling the truth or was he lying?
He was telling the truth because, no, let me finish
Because,
now.
yeah, go on.
Because there was two steps to the law. The first step is so that the people of Israel has the law, and then it can go out. Why that? Let's say if the root was not very strong in Israel, it would be difficult for them to expand the law outside. So that's why he said go first to them, and later the second step was go to the Gentiles. So that's the reason you have both the statements.
So did Jesus say there were two steps to this process of his?
But because he's the one who said go outside.
Say again?
He is the one who told them to go and preach to the Gentiles,
Go and preach to the Gentiles or to the nations?
to the nations.
Yes. Because the nations could be the nations of Israel.
No, but it was interpreted as all the nations.
This is the Christian interpretation, not the Jewish interpretation.
But we are Christian. We interpret as Christian. What do you want me to interpret as a Jew? We are Christian. This is how our leaders, all of them, interpreted this text. Okay, but do you understand? Okay, can I just speak?
Yeah, I really don't know where this discussion is going, to be honest.
No, but
because
because-
right now, the salvation that we are talking about, yes, is not through Jesus Christ.
Yes,
as
through
far
Jesus
as
Christ.
far as the
I show you. I correct myself.
Let me finish the
I correct
question,
myself. Yeshuwah.
you said I interrupt you. I didn't finish the
Yeshua
point.
is the point
Hold
I
on.
was making. So I correct myself.
You said I don't let you finish your point.
Go
You
ahead.
did the same thing now.
Go ahead.
Okay? So let me finish the point. What I'm saying is that no prophet or messenger ever said salvation is through Jesus Christ.
Because Yeshua is God's salvation.
No, that is you still have to find evidence for that. Okay, you said
you know,
earlier.
Zacchaeus, I asked him.
No.
Show me what does it mean, Yeshua.
You said
He left.
Yeshua
So
had
you
this
did- you
meaning, but then he proved you wrong. Now you have to go.
No, but that
wait a
was
minute,
my
now you have
mistake.
to go and
I
research.
recognize, and I show you why Yeshua and
haven't
Yeshua are the same. I show evidence from the Bible,
No,
right?
you haven't showed the evidence. You
I showed that
claimed-
the-
you claim this was
Nehemiah 7:7 and Haggai 1:1 show that is the same.
Anyway, at the end of
But
the day,
do you understand
look, at the
our
end of the day,
discussion?
at the end
Yeah?
of the day,
Yeah.
according to you, can anyone be saved if they did not believe in Jesus to be God?
Okay, so interesting. This is the second part of the question. So the first one was believe in Jesus, the salvation of God, Yeshua. This is what my mistake was on Yeshua, but Yeshua.
Joshua means Joshua.
Okay,
Does it mean Joshua?
yes.
So not Jesus.
But now I will explain that to you. I will explain that to you because this is a translation of Christian. They say Yeshua and Joshua to make the distinction between Yehoshua and Yeshua. Okay, that's all. But in fact, the name is Yehoshua in Hebrew. Okay.
Which means Joshua. Which means Joshua. Okay? So salvation is through Joshua now, not Jesus.
Okay. Now that's what I was trying to explain to you. What Jesus means in John 5, when he says Moses talked about me, the me that he was talking about is Yehoshua. Now you know
Which
what
is
this is.
Joshua.
This is a mystery because you know when you go back in Deuteronomy 18:18, when he's referring to the prophet to come, we Christians say it's Jesus. The Jew says it's Joshua. You know, right? Most of the Jews say it's Joshua. Now the point is that this is a mystery.
What do you think? What do you think?
Let me explain.
Yeah.
In fact, the one that we call Joshua, his name was not Joshua when he was born. His name was Hoshea, son of Nun. If you read, it's in the book of Nehemiah.
No. What do you think Deuteronomy 18:18
It's
is saying? It's talking about Joshua or Jesus?
I'm explaining to you. Just be a little bit. So the name here is Yashuwah normally, but in fact the person who was called Joshua, he was not born Yashuwah or Joshua. Let me finish.
No. Before you go further,
I'm
I
just
want to know:
explaining.
is the name Yeshua or the term Yeshua mentioned in Deuteronomy 18:18?
No, it is a belief. It is a belief of the Jew at that time, and
the
it's a
term is
belief
not
of.
The term is not there in Deuteronomy 18:18.
No, the term Joshua is not there, but let me explain to you.
But why are you spinning this? I don't understand.
No,
you said in Deuteronomy
Ashim.
18:18, people who are listening to this will think
Because
this is the word that is mentioned in there, and now you're saying the word.
No, because
that is the
later,
reason.
because later.
No, hold on. You need to be frank. Be sincere and say
I'm
the
sincere.
word.
I just told
you
you
brought
that
up
it's not
Deuteronomy
there.
18:18. The term Joshua is not there.
It's not there.
So why
There
would
is-
you bring Deuteronomy 18:18 into the?
I'm coming because if you read Moses called Hoshea son of Nun, and he said you will be called Yeshua or Joshua.
That's besides the point.
It's important.
besides the
It's
point.
important because
It's
in
still
the
stuck on
Bible.
Joshua.
In the Bible, when you
Okay,
call
just say name means salvation. What about it?
Let me finish. Okay, let me finish. So I was telling him that in fact, when Jesus said in John 5 that Moses talked about him, he's referring to Deuteronomy 18:18. And I was saying, let me finish. Let you guys.
By the way, he admitted
Let-
Joshua is not mentioned in Deuteronomy 18:18.
Yeah.
He admitted that
But
already.
I'm coming. If you let me
No, I need to
1 minute explain this.
Just need to give him
1
the
minute.
background of what is happening.
Okay, the
That's all.
background. So in fact, so Jesus was referring to Deuteronomy 18.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, why we know that? Because Peter in the book of Acts says exactly that.
Well, if number one, Peter doesn't say that.
You know, he's
Even if
interrupting.
Peter did, that's different than saying Jesus did.
Let me just speak 1 minute.
Okay.
Only 1
But
minute.
don't say Jesus applied to
And
making-
then,
he's making too
you're
many
gonna
claims
reply.
without evidence.
And then he's gonna reply. 1 minute, only one, okay?
I'm counting
Only 1 minute.
60.
Okay. So in fact, Peter referred to Deuteronomy 18:18. That's why we Christians say that this verse referred to Jesus. Now Jesus
applied to
himself,
Jesus in that
Jesus
verse.
himself said that Moses talked about him because the Joshua that
Never
we
said
know.
talk about him, said wrote about him.
Okay, wrote exactly better. Thank you.
But that doesn't mean Deuteronomy 18.
Okay, let me. Okay, so because when Moses called Hoshea son of Nun, he said, Hoshea son of Nun, you will be called Jesus. In the Bible, every time someone's name is changed, it's because his name represents something big, greater than him. Abraham was called Abram, his name was changed to Abraham. Sarah was Sarah, her name was changed. Jacob was Jacob, his name was changed to Israel.
Yeah, exactly.
So when Moses was calling,
No, I'm going to go now. I'll pass.
let me finish this point. So that
Honestly,
when Moses was calling
I don't think
Hoshea,
I don't think we're getting anywhere
when Moses was
because
calling Yeshua, he was thinking about the one coming after Hoshea, who is Jesus. So that's what we say, because the person Hoshea, which we call Joshua, he is not the really person just Moses is referring to someone,
So when he named
greater
Joshua
than him.
Joshua, he never meant Joshua is Joshua. He meant someone 2,000 years later.
Because his name was not Joshua when he was
Hosea.
born.
Hosea.
Exactly, he was not was Hoshea. Okay, so that's my point. That's my whole point.
That's just your interpretation of it. There's nothing in the text to say he never meant Joshua is Joshua. Someone else later.
But
is Joshua.
who do you believe this prophecy was talking about?
Deuteronomy 18. I'm not going to
I
get
don't
into
think it's
that.
getting
You know the
anywhere.
obvious answer.
Anyway,
Okay, it's Jesus.
thanks
Do
for
you
your
want to
time,
stop
man.
the conversation?
I need to call you today unless you want to carry on.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, nice meeting you.
يا لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي